Hi guys, I know I have disappeared for a bit. Not that anybody noticed. But I've been busy with work and my daughter has been sick for 2 weeks. So I've taken a sort of break from uploading stuff on the YouTube channel. But today, to make up for lost time, I've decided not to actually read a poem, but rather read from a very special place in my heart. I actually have a blog spot, and I will be reading it out loud this time from a very special post from last year. I will not be putting up the words in the description below, and I will not be putting my link. I haven't decided if I wanted to actually make my blog public yet. It's public, but I don't really know if I'm ready for people to read everything else. But this particular entry has a very special place in my heart, and it's not a very happy one, but I really like how it signified how I felt in every aspect, and it's my own words, so I'm actually very proud of it in a way. So I shall read it for you. The title of the entry is called Drown. Drown. Maybe just up to my knees. The first time I fell in love with the sound of the ocean, I was 14. I was surrounded by family, and we had a huge basket of durians to eat by the seaside. Zed took a few, and he called me aside to a quiet area and opened them up for me. We ate side by side in silence, and in that silence was filled with so much seeing, punctuated by the relentless swishing of the cold ocean water. We never even had that chance of reliving that moment, seeing that life took what she wanted, and he breathed his last, and I was so far away, as quickly as the 10 years that passed after that memory. I remember that night vividly. I remember how the waves washed the memory away like the writings in the sand, and yet they recited the conversation like a tattoo on my beating heart. I miss you, Z. Just a little further. I spend my days recalling the conversations we once had. The words like pasta in the alphabet soup of my head, swirling around in thick gooey mess that is my dreams. I try so hard to recall what it is that made me love you, and somewhere in that sticky concoction is the answer to our eternal love. Every time I lose sight of you, I dive in, hoping to find that one reason one more time, hoping to hold on to it 1 second more. But every time I dive in, I lose my breath a little, I lose my grip a little, I lose my hopes to find it again a little. I choke, I sputter, and my eyes burn from the salty solution, never wanting to give up. Then today, 7 days in, I wonder, why am I the only one diving? Why am I the only one here? There was no one as far as the eye can see. I'm alone, and it's more in my mind than I thought. And just like that, I stopped swimming. I stopped breathing, and I started breaking. Help. The air seemed thicker than before, my lungs screaming for relief. I take in more than usual, hoping to stop the pain, hoping to allay the doubts creeping up my spine like the creepy crawlies that spent more time building their webs than living in them. But all I taste is the salty water. I tried to push my way up to the surface, but wave after wave washed over me, shackling my ankles to the bottomless ocean below, threatening to steal the one thing I have left in my chest. I feel my resolve breaking, my faith losing, my soul leaving. Help me, help me. You said you would never leave. You said you'd save me. You said you were different. You said. I am not living, but I'm not dead either. I'm simply floating, waiting for the currents to sweep me away from you, or towards you. My broken heart does not remember how to care anymore. Someone throw me a life buoy. And that is my entry in my blog. When I started a new paragraph, I would actually whisper, and that is sort of chapter title in a way. It's so when I said maybe just up to my knees, and then I said a long ass paragraph, and then I said just a little further, and another long paragraph, and I said help, and that's another long paragraph. The 3 lines are somewhat connected, but the paragraphs were different. They actually reflect different parts of my life, but that was how I felt overall in that particular moment. So in that particular moment, I felt like I was drowning, and these 3 lines would actually be connected to the title Drown. But the paragraphs each signify a different part of my life that I was going through. So that is my entry in let me check the date. I actually put this up on November 23rd. Yeah, that was last year, November 23rd. So yeah, I actually have I would say a code whenever I actually write my blog entries, and this particular code actually would signify the entire entry. It goes like this. So this is by Julia Gregson from Ease of the Sun. The code goes: she had a strange feeling in the pit of her stomach, like when you're swimming and you want to put your feet down on something solid, but the water's deeper than you think and there's nothing there. So that's the code that I chose for this entry. Yeah. So I hope you really like this one. If you want to hear more about my blog entries, they're very similar. So they have a title, and they have like the chapter title, like the paragraph title that's related to the title. I'm saying title too many times. But my blog is like that. They're not very straightforward, but they are reflective of how I'm feeling, and I would actually put in a lot of hidden gems and puzzles in my blog to kind of keep it mysterious of sort. So if you like listening to this kind of blog entries and you want to hear more, let me know in the comments below. I may actually put the link to my blog if that's a lot of people liking it. Otherwise, it's probably going to be another poem next week. Until then, take care.